Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. When you're tuned in, you're with Lady Business and Give It to the People Radio, where you're going to get enlightened, enhanced, empowered, and enriched. Make sure that you always tune in to Give It to the People Radio. Hi, hello everybody. Hi, all of you beautiful people out there. Make sure everything is turned up. It's 2023, y'all. Hi, boo. You ready?
Let's go.
You ready for the new year?
Yeah.
Are you actually excited about it? Because, sometimes the new year is like, oh, yay, it's another year. And then, I feel like this year, it's always going to be like that?
A little bit. A little. A little bit. But, you go into it with the best mind state you can.
Okay. All right. So today, this is a special episode of Give It to the People Live. And normally you're used to seeing the chocolate face right here. And so normally I do all of the interviews because, of course, I'm the one that does all of the talking. But today, my very special guest, and you know what? The reason we decided to do this is because I was like looking through stuff. And we're going through some of our stuff and like seeing what we did for the year. And I said to him, I'm like, you've never been on a Give It to the People Live. Like, even when we started, like 3 years ago, you never were on one. I don't think so. No. Like I went back and looked all of the guests that we had when we had the studio over at the Nussbaum Center to where we're at now at Give It to the People. So no, you never were on one. And so that's why today he's my special guest. And so we are at home and we are just being beautiful and Black and in love today. And we just wanted to share a little bit of that with you guys. And so we already prepared some questions, so that this way each of us has whatever we're going to ask the other one. I don't know what he's going to ask me. He doesn't know what I'm going to ask him, but I'm going to pull my questions up. You have you got yours. Okay. He prepared. You are prepared. Okay. So Give It to the People Live is a story, basically a story about a person's life, a person's journey. That's what every episode is about. And what we do in that time frame is we shine a light on BIPOC businesses, Black-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, to be able to let you know what's going on with them. And they don't have to be like super celebrities or anything. We want our everyday people that are just like us to be able to tell their stories. And so that's how we started, Give It to the People in the first place, because it started as a podcast. And then now we've turned it into a business. And now we have a curated content studio. We do the curated conferences. And so this still is a way for us to be able to kind of just expand and help other people to grow their businesses. So when you come in and you're listening to the stories and you share it, it is definitely appreciated. And so do you want to ask the first question?
Okay.
That's
the first question. First question is, what does curated...
What you got?
I don't know. All right. Curated consistency.
Curated consistency. Okay.
Yes. What does that mean to you?
So our theme for this was curated consistency. And when I think about that, I think about the fact of me saying that one of the things that I wanted was just a better quality of life. And I think that through COVID, it kind of taught us that there were some things that maybe we weren't focusing on that we needed to focus on a lot more. And when we really started looking at what we were doing, we were actually curating what we wanted to see. So something simple like this, right? Now, y'all know I'm extra. So this morning I had to go ahead and curate us some beverages just so we would have it for this little thing, right? So when I think about this, I want you to just understand that there's intentionality behind it. So when I look at the fact of I had to go to the store and buy this beautiful glass, right, with the little gold rim on it, because that's what I wanted, right? But then I was like, well, I got to make a drink. So I made us a chai, and then we have this coconut little spritzer on the top, right? It's little things like that. So for me, curating consistency was in the things that you want to see happen, being intentional about making those things actually a part of your life, right? And so I felt like, even when we moved, I wanted a place that was to me Pinteresting, making up words, but that looked like Pinterest, right? And so when people come over, they're always like, "Oh my God, it looks so nice!" And I'm like, "Yeah," and it's the colors and it's the things that just make you feel good. And so with the consistency, for me, it was bringing what we do in our real life to what we do on social media, and making sure that people kind of understand that this is the brand. This is, us with the brand, the coordination of color and feeling and vibrancy and calmness and, explosiveness. All of those things are the consistency that I think makes sense for us. And I think that's how we attract the clients that we do, and, what creates our success.
Oh, well, that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
You like it?
Everything, yes.
Okay.
Great answer.
So let me ask you the first question I have for you. Because one thing about you that people should be able to gather by now is that you are consistent above all. So what is it that you do? Or like, I don't know, maybe back in the days, or what is it that makes you the type of person that you are, where you automatically curate consistency?
Well, it started young, like grade school young. I was always the type of kid to come home. If I had homework, specifically, I had to come home. First off, I do as much of the homework in school as I could. All right. So I'm gonna cut that in half by the time I get home.
This guy, who's doing that?
When I get home, the first thing I do, I go to the table, bust out my books, do my homework. Mom be trying to feed me dinner and all of that, and kids outside, come out. I don't do any of that. I always did what I had to do first, and then enjoy my free time later. Because the most important thing to me at the time was having my free time, not to have all my fun and then still have to worry about completing a task on the back end. I never wanted to worry about that. So I got that early. And just as I grew up and got older, it might not necessarily be schoolwork. It could be, I'm very much still like that. As soon as I get in from whatever I'm doing during the day, I have a process. I need to do certain things in order for me to be able to enjoy the rest of my evening. I have to do it the same way every day. So I don't know. I got it young.
Now, do you think growing up in the military might have, had anything to do with that, or it's just you?
No, it's just me.
Because it didn't matter where you were at in the world.
Didn't matter. So it's just something I just picked up early, naturally. I don't know from who. I can't tell you I got it from anybody in particular. It's just
that's you.
That's just how I do.
Which is one of the reasons that I think you help us as, let's just call it couplepreneurs. You help us as a business together to make sure that stuff is as efficient as possible, right? Mm-hmm. And I tell people, I'm just like, he is going to make sure that stuff is done. You don't have to worry about that. And so I think that that's one of the things that people need in their life, right? Now, everybody's not like that, because somebody is going to start something. She's going to stop. She's going to take a snack. She's going to get a beverage. She'll come back to it.
Very much so.
Yeah. But let me tell you something. He has caused me to be more focused, in the sense of, now I will take a day to finish something. Now, I can't tell you that it's all going to be finished in an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours. But, like for instance, the other day, we spent the whole day, as far as the last day of the year, the 31st, we spent that whole day working on things for the office, cleaning up, and putting stuff together and making sure that things were together for the summit that's on Friday. And that was the whole day. And then even on New Year's Day, we spent the whole day focused on money things, right? So checking our budget, going through things for taxes, doing those kind of things. I never in the past would have sat down and spent a day to do those things, but you have created that desire to have that consistency. And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
She just don't want me getting on her nerves, y'all. That's what it is. That's all it is.
He will hound you until you finish something. He'll be like, "Did you do?" And I'll be like, "Oh my goodness, yes," or "No, I didn't do it." Right? Like, so
really it.
Yeah, that's really it. Okay. So now, one of the things that I consistently do and have been doing for years is coming up with a word of the year. So, dun, 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 our word of the year this year is achievement. Okay. And the reason that it's achievement is because there are little things that you can do every day to achieve something, right? And so I think that a lot of times people don't take pleasure in the small things. They don't take pleasure in just achieving something. And I think that, when I wrote the book, The 90-Day Focus, Your Action Plan for Success, which is available on Amazon, when I wrote that book, the thing was that you had some goal that you wanted to achieve, and you had things that you had to do in order to get there. And so when I look at achievement as our word of the year this year, I think that it is really important to take into consideration that every day is an achievement. Every day that you get up, every day that you are living and breathing and walking this earth is an achievement. And that doesn't mean just stop at waking up, but it does mean that there's something that you could contribute to society. There's something that you can do, that will get you closer to wherever you want to be. And so I want you to take this year and to really think about the fact that achievement is something that all of us can do. So if you get up and you just say something like, okay, well, I need to send emails or I need to connect with whoever, and you start to make appointments, once you've done the thing is done. And so those little teeny weeny tasks that you do every day, that is an achievement. So that's, to me, is an important factor in just the success of things. Because last year my word was calm, and I'm taking calm as the mantra still, because that has helped me just personally. I think it's helped him personally, just, understanding to calm down a situation, calm your mind down. And then now you can focus on the things that you do want to achieve. So what do you think about the word of the year for us?
I mean, just to build on what you said, basically achievement is a notion that measures progress. Mm. And while you're out here living this life, every day can be an achievement. Every day that you're here, able to do something can be an achievement. But it's a notion that I think more of us could probably take in on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular or great, but if you're out here and you're trying to progress in your life, you need to set goals. Something. I mean something. Again, it doesn't have to be spectacular. It doesn't have to be great, or something attention grabbing, but just something that's showing you. Actually yourself, showing you that you're moving in a constructive direction with whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, I think that word, it holds a lot of value, holds a lot of weight.
It does. And it takes me literally till I get to December every year to really think about the intention that you have for the next year. We talk about what the word of the year is going to be. And when I said, I think what we really need to focus on is achievement. And he was like, you know what, that's a good word. Like, let's use that. And so the way that we do it is we come up with our word, we have our mantra, and then that's something that we say on a regular basis to each other. You know what I'm saying? Because then it gives us that continuation throughout the year. And that's what creates the consistency, is that you have kind of like this guiding light and this principle that then keeps on moving you forward. And for us, I think that achievement is definitely the biggest thing, because we have some goals. We have some things that we do want to achieve. And, one of them, so let me just tell you, y'all, I can tell them now. Can I tell them?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, so one of the goals that I wanted to achieve last year was to get to, so let me just say this. Year before last, we had gotten to 150,000 downloads on the podcast for Real Ass Affirmation. This year, my goal was to get to 250,000. So when we got to the end of 20, and I didn't look like the last 2-3 months, right? So I looked, and as of the 31st of December, we were at over 261,000 downloads for Real Ass Affirmations. And for me, that's a great way to start out the achievement for this year, because if you knew how much that podcast means to me, and how much I really want to do even more and expand it, it would be like, bah, 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 bah. You know, I like the fake horns. Oh, okay, thank you for the hand claps. But that is one of the achievements. And so starting the year out now on some old, damn, we did it. And why? Because we curated consistency. And I need to say this, there was a couple of weeks where I didn't do the podcast because I just wasn't feeling like I really wanted to do it. But then I would be like, no, you got to get back on it. You got to do it. Plus the podcast makes money. So that's another reason to keep on doing it. Right. And so money could be a motivation, but it's not like it's making $1 million. It's not like I could just retire on that. But the consistency has now gotten us over 261,000 downloads. And so we just dropped our new season starting this morning. It's called Petty New Year. So get into that. Go to realizeaffirmations.com and get into Petty New Year. And it's real life. It's just real things that happen. And so that to me, it's like, it feels good to achieve something. It feels good to get that number that you said that you wanted to get. So I'm going to say, what do you think is another good goal? I mean, if we already at 260, maybe get up to 300. That makes sense, right?
300.
350.
300. We'll start at 300. I
was like, gosh, 350. That might take another goodness.
You gotta get there.
I know,
yeah, right?
I know, but I was like, come on, there, right? Let me get to 3. Okay, so do you think we could get to 300,000 in 90 days? So what's that, like 40, a little bit under 40,000 downloads? Mm-hmm. You think we could do it in 90 days?
Try.
Maybe we just set that as a goal.
Yeah.
And that can be, and we'll see if we achieve it or not. Yeah. But even if we don't get there, it's still going to be some downloads.
It's still going to be some downloads. It's all about the attempt.
At least doing it.
Doing and putting out the product.
I like that. Okay. All right. So we're going to try. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to try to get another like 40,000 downloads. We've never gotten that much in that amount of time, though. But that does not mean that we cannot achieve it, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's the whole thing. Achievement. Okay. Right. So you got something for me?
I got a question for you.
Okay.
What's one major accomplishment that consistency has brought to you?
Well, aside from the sip of beverage, come on, quality of life. Aside from the podcast itself, I would say that, when we look at the consistency that it's been brought, is that I thought about it on a podcast episode, that this has been how many years now? What, 10 years? When did we start Lady Business? 2008, right? 2012, was it?
Yeah, 13. No, 2012.
It was 2012 officially.
2011.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this year will then be in March. 11 years
no, I'm wrong.
Are you wrong? It was 2008.
2008 or 9?
It was 2008.
8?
Yes, because that's when the world crashed.
It's 8.
Okay.
It was 8.
So then now we wrong. Because I'm like, I knew something was wrong with that. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. You know what? You do stuff for so long. So 14. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. I knew something was wrong with that number 11. Okay. So this year in March will be 14 years of being in business and not working for anybody else, for me individually. But that's amazing. And I didn't realize that, because you're so busy working, you're so busy doing the things that you do, right? And when I think about the consistency that is there, I've changed the things that we've done in business, right? Like, I mean, we've changed from Lady Business to now doing Give It to the People. We've done a lot of different things in that time frame. But I think that the biggest thing has always been that mission, to enlighten, enhance, empower, and enrich. And that still carries on into Give It to the People, even though Give It to the People has a mental wealth focus. I didn't think about it. Like, you just keep on going. And, you know, a lot of times people celebrate anniversaries and stuff. And I just don't even really think about it. I'm like, okay, we keep going. It's another year of business. Because once January gets here, to me, it's like hit the ground running. Like, I'm not worried about what happened last year. Last year is gone. Like, let's get it in for this year. And I think the thing that also helps me consistency wise is, you know, the first week of January, we always do a conference, right? We always do a summit. So it puts you on the edge. So you just get to the new year and everybody else is like, oh, the new year. Oh, happy new year. And I'm like, nah, son, we got a summit. Like, we waiting for 50, 100 people to come through. Like, so for us, the new year is always exciting because that push to just get into it and just start the new year is like immediately there.
Right.
And how many years will we be married this year? That's another
14.
Is it 14 for that too? What?
14.
What? So we got married on Valentine's Day. And wow, so that means the business.
Well, 15 for the business. 15 for the business.
15 for the business, 14 for us.
For
okay, yeah. All right. So I mean, yeah, this is one of those things where I would say, you know, this is another major accomplishment, another major achievement is staying together and being married for so long, and also looking at the fact that helping to turn you into an entrepreneur.
Yeah, a little something.
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 How do you like entrepreneurship so far? This was not one of the planned questions.
It's not, but I mean, it has its ups and its downs. I mean, it's me being the type of person that I am. I always have to have a backup plan. It's just what it is. But overall, it's one thing I do realize: you have to be very deliberate with your time, particularly me. And it's not, I can't have too much free time. So I always have to do something. So hence my backup plan. I'm always going to be doing something else. It doesn't really matter. But I like it. But again, it has its ups and downs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'll delve into that in another episode. Okay, so based on that, what could I do to improve your quality of life?
Listen, y'all, Target is a problem for her.
What?
Target is a problem for her. She has to stay out of the Target.
Target.
That's how you contribute to that.
Target has all kinds of good things that we need in there.
It's the Target.
What? Mm-hmm. I will improve your quality of life if I stay out of Target.
Stay out of Target. Saw some really scary numbers the other night. Some really scary numbers the other night.
You saw scary numbers?
Scary numbers.
He doesn't realize how much stuff costs. Okay, he doesn't. He just knows snacks come in, tasty beverages. He doesn't realize. So this has got some Tazo in it, a little sugar. It's got the coconut stuff in the top of it. You know what I mean? And some milk. Like, do you understand? In order to make this drink, this is a premium drink. This drink is like a $5 drink. Technically, like if you were in the stores, this would be a $5, $6 drink.
That's my story.
So I will improve your quality. But you still like the tasty beverages and the snacks and all of the good things that come from Target, though, right?
It doesn't matter.
So, but stay out of Target?
You're going to have to calm your Target visits down.
Okay.
That's it. So
I am going to say part of the achievement, if that's what you need for your quality of life.
Kim, I see you. You stay out of Target too.
So this is the thing. We have a Shipt membership, and Shipt does work with Target. So I can go back to using the Shipt membership and get them to deliver things to the house. And then I can stay out of Target and I won't go every week. How about that?
How about it?
All right, this interview is going awry, everybody. Do you have anything else you want to ask me?
Okay, last question is, what are you looking forward to most 2023?
Oh, that's a good one. This year, I'm looking most forward to spending more time with you. Like, honestly, I think we work well together. I like seeing your face every day. I like that you keep me organized and focused, and I want to do that, but I want to do a little bit more. Well, we are automatically. We're going to do a little bit more traveling this year because we've been in the house for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah, this year I'm looking forward to doing more with you, but doing so much more outside of the house. And I really want to do some naturific stuff this year. And he knows I love being in nature. I want to do some more stuff like go to somebody's mountains, because that's my favorite kind of thing. Just some outdoorsy fun, things that I think that type of stuff that makes me happy. Go to some new restaurants, just try some new stuff. But I want to do more curating of our life outside the house. I think that's what I'm looking forward to this year.
Oh, sounds like I need to be looking forward to that too.
I think that'll be good. You should definitely look forward to that too. Okay. So everybody, guess what? We are to the end of our interview. And the thing that I'm just excited about this because when I tell people, if you know him, it's been a process to get him to want to even get on camera, right? Social media is not his thing. But I think in these small controlled moments, you're marvelous,
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get him on a little bit more, maybe monthly. We'll see. But we can't do every week. He's not going to agree to that. No, he don't want overexposure, right? But I think that just you being able to kind of see the dynamic and see us together, it probably lends itself to seeing, why I give it to the people is important to both of us. And so I hope that this year is something that's as magnificent as it can be for you, something that is prosperous from a personal and professional standpoint. And I hope that some of the tips that we've given you on being able to curate consistency will be something that you can take through the year, as well as the idea of achievement, for the word of the year and the mantra of still just being calm and allowing that to help guide your life. Those are some of the things. And so if you need more help, if you said, look, focus, consistency, building my brand is something that I need to do, then I would suggest that you join us for the 90-Day Focus Accountability for Entrepreneurs. It's coming up on January 21st. It's going to be at our new offices at Give It to the People, which is located in Greensboro, North Carolina. And this is one of those things where we have not done a 90-Day Focus like kind of conference, one-day thing in years. But people have asked us for it, and we said, okay, well, this is something that we can give it to the people. We can definitely bring you clarity on your ideas. We can definitely help you to plan out your year properly. And the thing is, you don't have to have it all done right now. So January 21st gives you enough time to mess up some stuff and then bring it all back together. It gives you enough time to get your things together, and then we can help you plan out that next 90 days and help you continue to be successful for the whole year. So I'm hoping that you guys will join us for that. And so we're going to have that as an in-person thing on the 21st, and we might do an online version of it as well. So we're talking about doing that just in case there are people who want to come, but they can't make it in person. But we're going to do the in-person one first, and then we'll do some things after that. So all of our events from now until I think June? Yeah. June, right, are on the website. Mont takes care of making sure that those things are always updated so that this way you know what's happening. We just sent an email this morning. If you have not gotten on our email list, go ahead and go to the website and do that. And this is just going to be a year where we're really focused on the things that make us happy. And, I think once you find something that makes you happy, you need to keep going after that thing because it's a lot of stuff that could go awry, but if you focus on making yourself happy, even when bad things happen, you can just, have something to keep bouncing back to. And for us, I think that's really the whole mindset of 2023. So I want to thank you guys for watching. You want to?
Yes, thanks everybody for watching. Again, visit the website. We got a lot of stuff going on out there. And hopefully you can be a part of it.
Yeah, we'd love to see you. All right. So make sure that you always show up and show out and you continue to give it to the people. Have a great day. Have a great night. And if you're watching this, all of that too. Okay.
All of that.
He's so silly. Okay, that just came out of left field. Thank you so much. But the other thing is, if you're watching this on the replay, make sure that you share it and make sure that you tag somebody. And if you're watching it on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to our channel, because we definitely, that's one of the goals too, is to increase our viewership on YouTube. So again, give it to the people and Happy New Year. Thank you so much for listening to Give It to the People Radio. Make sure that you follow us online at ladybusiness.com, LadyBizness. We look forward to helping you grow, sustain, and maintain your business.